In the world of screen printing, it's not just about creating art, it's about mastering the craft. Have you ever thought of a place where screen printers can not only show off their artistic skills, but their true mastery of the press? Welcome to the Print Master's Throwdown, the ultimate stage for printers to prove their knowledge, technique, and their problem-solving ability. This year's isn't about who can create the boldest design. It's about who can push their skills to the limit, overcoming challenges that only a true print master can handle. From multicolor setups and specialty prints to troubleshooting real-world production problems, these screen printers will face it all, competing to earn the title of Print Master. So are you ready to see who has what it takes to master not only the art, but the craft? This is more than a competition. This is the Print Master's Throwdown. Alright, we here, Print Throwdown. It's go time. We finally get to battle. I'm about this dude. Sorry, Cody.
I've been waiting to get at this dude.
It's all good.
I love Cody.
But we're back to back on
this one's
so
about you guys.
It's gonna be the biggest split trash talking printing you've ever seen in the world, and I'm gonna take this fool down.
This guy thinks he knows how to use the blue one, but we about to find out.
In this group knows how to use it. It's gonna be me.
I'm gonna get it with the green.
Me and Franklin showed me the anointed one. He blessed me. You know, Sanger knows Franklin's on another level.
You're about to get rocked, dude. We need one of those buttons for that. You got rocked. You got rocked.
Yeah, because you on the rock. You have the best friend.
All right, let's get this. I'm ready. I'm ready.
So we're doing discharge. Today's challenge is discharge. All right. He should have the advantage on this because he's supposed to be the water blaze guy. So it's 2 hours. Again, we're doing the 2 hour time limit, or you get DTF with the DTF button. Unfortunately, you know, we had some people that got DTF'd in one of the other challenges, but you know, hopefully that doesn't happen to Cory. And so let's get after it. Discharge is the main ingredient that we have to use in today's prints for this challenge. All right. So as long as discharge is in your overall art piece of design of the shirts, you're good to go.
Taking a piss is like a natural part of setup.
3,
I'm putting my piss on the clock.
2, 1.
Okay. Let's get these locked in. I'm doing something weird. I'm equal parts excited and nervous. This might work. I hope this works. But it might not work at all, and I might have to call an audible and reconsider how I'm gonna do this print. So I had this idea. I saw something similar on IG, and my idea is to print a discharge, white discharge base mixture. And before I send it through, I'm going to print it wet. And then I have a bunch of spray bottles of RIT dye that I'm going to try. It's a brain scan design. So you can see here, I have the imaging, the negative space of the black shirt is gonna play in. And I'm hoping that the discharge base, I'm gonna be able to hit it with all these colors of RIT dye, send it through, and have it, you know, discharge and look like a badass brain scan image. So with that said, let's get this bread. I'm just gonna go ahead and reg everything in so there's no stopping. So I'm gonna try and do the effect on both. It's really the back design with the brain scans that's really gonna be the kind of the heavy hitter on this design. But we'll start with that, we'll try with that because that's the most important. And if that doesn't go well, we will have to call the audible. But if it goes good, I think I'd like to do the same thing on the front center print. All right, so come with me over here. I'm gonna show you kind of what I'm thinking on. All right. So I've got my discharge mixed, and now I'm gonna pour up these RIT dyes. So I have all these dyes. Now the only thing about this is that it's clearly gonna be it's gonna take some time because I'm going to have to do these. I'm kind of thinking, I'm still kind of decide if I want to try and do them as they come quickly was the initial plan, but since we're doing 15 shirts and I have 8 pallets and it's discharge, I think I might go ahead and just rip all 8 of them with the discharge base and then kind of switch mindsets and then start playing with this. And then we'll just do another 8. So it'll just be 2 rounds of some really involved, artistry. Every single one's gonna be different. That was what really sold me on the idea. I thought it would be cool. We're out here, we're trying to push ourselves. I have not tried this at all. So like I said, equal parts excited and nervous. If it doesn't do what I want it to do, we're gonna have to call an audible. I have a couple things in mind that we could do. I don't want it to just be a white discharge print, so I just have the one screen. I don't have time to burn other screens. So what we could try and do is maybe a split fountain. Get really weird, have like maybe a really complex split fountain, so it's really starts to kind of blend together. Don't know if it would look too good if it's really a super solid, like a 3-color split fountain. But I'm really banking on this working, and just from my understanding of the chemistry of discharge and water base, I think it should work. I also have this optional, I have this dye fixative that you traditionally would use when you're using Rit dye. You would spray it on there wet, and it would just kind of help with the wash fastness. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to use it because I don't know if I do. It's not intended to be instantly dried, so I'm not sure how much it'll actually do for me. And then it's possible it might kind of mess up the design, but we're gonna go ahead and pour that up anyways. I've got all these labeled. So the print itself is not too complex, but this part here is gonna really be the cool part, hopefully. So let's see here. Probably let me get myself set up for success. I'm gonna grab another one of these tables. Set up here. So let's do it with the primaries. Red. So I have red, green, red, green, aquamarine, yellow, and I have this kind of denim blue. On the scans, the reference that I used, it did have some deep blues that I really liked. So we're just gonna have to play with the mixtures and see how it comes out. So I'll put a tester on just to get that discharge flowing. I always like to, when I print discharge water base, a lot of people make the mistake of just putting on 1 shirt, 2 shirts, and you go around and you see it. Okay, it's not on reg, so you go back and you do it again. People ask, how many test shirts should I put on? And my answer is always the same. As many as you need to get the design on register in one go. You waste so much time putting on 3 and then you don't get it. Of course you want to get it in 3, but that's not the reality. And test shirts are test shirts. So if you end up putting on 8 and then by the 3rd one, I have it good to go, rock. Okay, so ready for the discharge white. So we went with, this is gonna be a first for me. I'm a big Matsui head, but I'm excited to give the Aviant a shot. Let's take a look here. So what I'm using is the Aquarius Bright Discharge White. It seems like it'll print well. Aquarius Bright White Discharge. Never used this before, but I like the consistency, so I'm optimistic. So let's go ahead and grab our squeegee and our flood bar. I'm gonna start with a pretty hard squeegee. In my head, I feel like it won't need a really big deposit. We'll probably just run with one hit, because I'm really just kind of looking to get the bleaching component of the discharge out here. I'm not concerned with a bright white. And that's why I put a little bit of clear core in that. So, like I said, it's gonna be a learning experience here. If I'm not too sold on how it's looking, then I might remix the ink. That's an option. So I had this mixed, and I let it sit. I like to let it sit for maybe 5-10 minutes. A lot of people just pop that activator in there and immediately go to press, and you can see that there's still crystals in there when you do that. So I'm gonna start pretty light just because we don't know how it's gonna go. And I'll hang on to this white because if I do wanna remix my formula, I know I'll still need this as a base. All right, so speed-wise, let's start about halfway there. First things first, clean the hands. So it is discharge, so once we start, time is kind of the essence. I've post-exposed these screens, burned really well, but we need to figure out what we're doing as fast as possible. So I always like to do a couple strokes just to get it clear in the mesh. Halftones are holding really nice. Like I said, ideally, we're just gonna do the single pass. I'm gonna slow it down. Okay, so let's see how that did clearing-wise. Okay. I think that's a good starting point. Let's test a couple things here. So this first one I'm gonna really try and. Okay, so that's cool. I like how I can already see. I can see the dye on there, and I can also see I'm gonna need some wipes. So it'll be kind of tricky. So the dye on the black, it should really shouldn't do anything. This thing's shooting kind of funky. So I'm gonna try and get a nice coat on there, but I don't wanna go, I only wanna put as much on here as I need really. One thing that in the reference that I did notice and really like, and I'm hoping I can achieve, that the edges are really blue, and I like that. So I'm gonna save my blue for last. Okay, so let's hit a little bit of red. That's kind of cool doing the, ooh, I might like that. That might be the trick, to kind of just hit it with just the one time. Okay. So we got our red, yellow, we got our green, and now the aqua, I don't know how much I'm going to use this, but let's hit a little bit of that. Some of the spots on the reference design were really saturated, so I'm hoping that I can get some blends, some nice blends, but I am hoping that I can get some spots that are saturated. Okay, and now we have that blue and we're gonna seal it up. I'm feeling pretty good about it right now. I think this is looking pretty funky. I'm interested to see what happens when it discharges. So let's just hit the final blue. I'll try and just come around on the sides here. It's a pretty heavy deposit, so we'll run our dryer pretty slow. So I'm curious, this is gonna be the moment of truth. Let's see how this comes out here. At this point, I would normally clean out the discharge screen, but with the last challenge, it was doing really well with not locking up on me. And we could probably, if it is closing a little bit, we can probably just put a test shirt on and then just hit it a few times and really get it clearing. And if not, then we'll mist it and we'll clean it. All right. I'm on the right track, but I'm not liking the opacity. So it is cool, but now I got to think to myself how I can get this brighter. So my first initial thought is definitely to hit the discharge 2 times, see if, because quite honestly, it's not as opaque as I'd want it to be. So let's try this one more time. I don't know. It's a weird design, so I'm gonna do something weird, you know, and maybe lay down way more discharge than I traditionally would. It's on a really high mesh. I didn't think I was really going to need, that. Let's put it nice and slow. Okay, this off the rip already looks a lot wider than what we had. I'm wondering if it would benefit from like a quick flash, but let's try and get really close this time. Let's really saturate it and try and get some really saturated spots. And we'll put this through probably a couple times after they're printed just to make sure that all that dye gets out of there. So this time I'm gonna look to have it really look, it was kind of subtle, and I was hoping that the discharge would bring out the subtlety of it, but now I'm thinking maybe it needs to look bright on this end to look bright on that end. Ooh, one thing I did not plan for is that my finger is gonna be sore. Ooh. It's not that, dude, it's all this spritzing is like, it's hard on a player. So this is definitely gonna be labor intensive. Okay, so let's give it another go. I'm gonna go ahead and slow this down to better. Yes, all right. Okay, yes it is. I gave it 2 minutes, okay.
Oh, that is fire.
It's cool, but it's not there. I need a little something. So yeah, you'd normally leave this flooded, but we don't really know what we're doing right here at this point. So I'll just go ahead and mist it. And like I said, we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna print through it a little bit, see if we can avoid having to clean it out. When you do this, it is gonna bleed out. But it can normally just clean itself on the shirt. Okay, it doesn't look like it's locked up. Okay, so I have one more idea. Let's see what I need here. I'm gonna try one more thing. It's a little bit counterintuitive, but I'm gonna see if I hit this with the heat gun, just give it a little bit of a cure. Maybe if it starts discharging a bit, then the colors might be a better reaction, and I'll also be able to see my colors a little bit better. Just because of time after this, we're gonna have to make it work. We're gonna have to get it going. All right, so the game plan is 2 strokes. We're looking for that opacity. I like this because this is kind of a mix of like an amazing, nice auto and then also some bedroom printing type, which is really most people's roots here. So this could actually be worse or it could be better. I'm just not sure. I want to make sure I try everything before I commit. The inspiration for this design was I was looking at different brain scans. It's kind of a statement for mental health. I was looking at different brain scans for people with bipolar, anxiety, schizophrenia and everything. And it's really kind of was interesting to see what that looks like on a brain scan. So idea being that I'm kind of trying to replicate all these different brain scans to kind of be a statement that we all think different. Fingers crossed. She's looking good. This could be the answer. This could be what we need to do. I'm gonna go ahead and flood this forward and mist it a bit. Because like I said, at this point, we've tried 3 things and one of them is gonna have to hit. So we'll just give it light mist. This is the last challenge of the night. I want to sleep good. Ooh, okay. Okay. So let's compare this to the last one. I want to see here what we did. I feel like this is probably best yet. I feel like we could probably, I'm still learning about the coloring, but this definitely discharged a little bit better. Now I'm noticing some of these spots right here with the white. I need to be careful because I cured it a little bit, or I discharged it a little bit too much with the heat gun. But this is pretty tight. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I think on press I can kind of dial it in a little bit more. I would like to take a look at the other one. Okay, this is kind of cool to take a look. Let's take a look at the progression here of where we are now. So number one, boom. This was just one hit of the discharge with the die, too muted. This right here was with the discharge and without curing with the heat gun. Now this, priming up the heat gun, boom, cool. So one thing I want to do here, you might have them, is I want to see if he has any paint brushes, because now I'm wondering if we could paint it in and have a little bit less of this with the overspray. Do you have paint brushes in here? Small little brushes?
Yeah, in the back up on top of the lockers.
And we're learning. I had a thought. I thought about doing it like this. Thought maybe the spray would blend better, but I'm not a huge fan of that overspray. So maybe I'm thinking with this we can isolate it a little bit, and I'll still get those blends. I think this is going to be the money. So I'm kind of thinking about just jumping in because I'm really happy with this, and the main test here, obviously a little pre-cure is helping. So, you know, that's the thing about water-based. Anytime you stop, you start over. So first things first, get the ink going through the mesh. Make sure we're not clogged up. Go ahead and hit just a little bit of this. You can see those spots on the screens where we're getting just a little bit of dry. Okay, cool. So here we are. In essence of time, let's just do one. I'm just gonna do one of these brains right here to confirm my theory. Boom, light little discharge. So this, I like this too because I mentioned how I wanted the edges to be really denim. If this works, one thing to consider is the time aspect. I'm gonna have to paint my little heart out. And I'm not gonna worry about switching up the paintbrush. I'm gonna let it just get muddled in. And of course some of these colors will start to just all kind of blend, but that's really kind of the point. I'm already like really liking the colors. It's looking more like a watercolor, which is be tight. So let's get this red in there. A lot of the scans I noticed that the middle part is really heavy on the green. I could sit here and blast it with the heat gun, but I need to know that it's gonna work the way it's gonna work. After I've just like printed on my test shirts like to pieces, I like to rip off the sleeves, and it's perfect for rags. Since we're about to do it for real, my screen, it doesn't seem like it's locking up on me, but I'm gonna go ahead and just clean it out, because I mean, obviously, like you just wanna have a fresh start. Anytime you clean it out like that, always hit a test print first, because as much as you clean it, you'll probably have some residue or something, but typically after you just print one shirt, you'll knock that out. I think that's sick. I'm into it. I definitely need to make sure that I incorporate the lighter colors first and go easy on the blue. I think that's kind of counter to how I saw this going down, because I wanted that dark blue on the side. But let's see, so this can be a back print. I want this kind of lower. It's a long print, do 3 inches, beautiful. All right, so we're gonna preload this. It's gonna be 2 rounds of action. So I'll put this in auto suspend, and we're just gonna load them up. Hope for the best. Hit our Bob Ross. Part of me says let it be. The other part of me says let's add a little bit more activator to it. And we're going for gold. We're just eyeballing at this point. I know how much I put in initially, so I know this will probably get me up a couple percent. So I'm just gonna go ahead and rip all these with the discharge, and then we're gonna go through one by one and do the Bob Ross, and we'll go from there. Okay, so now it's just gonna be a process, and I'm gonna set a timer on. I'm gonna put it in auto, but I'm gonna set a timer on it, so that way I know it's getting. I'm doing the same amount of time, and I'm just gonna try and just give it a light. So we got an 8-second timer on there. Let's see. I'm gonna try and be uniform with it. So that's enough time to hit it up and down. I think more than anything, this is probably just gonna help me recognize what I'm painting and the colors. I don't think this is gonna do too much as far as affecting the brightness of the discharge. But I'm doing something I've never done before, so you don't know. Let's get it. Regardless of how this comes out, this is really fun. I'm definitely gonna have to kind of get it streamlined a little bit though, because I don't know where we're at for the timer, but I have a feeling Sanger's about to come out here and ring the bell. We got this, we got a front and a back. I got a little something extra special I'm not gonna mention because I might not have time for it, but if I do, there's one more little element I might slam out. So we'll go for front and back. Things go well, we'll have a nice little other element to add to it. All right, so we got yellow, we've got green. Let's drop in our red. I think I'm gonna let these just chill on press and just focus on, this is really like a whole process to this, so I think I'll just kind of try and focus on one step at a time. Print the base, paint them, send them through, and as they go through, I can load up the next ones. So I'm at the halfway mark. Initially that made me a little nervous, but we spent so much time testing, so now that it's locked in, we can slam these. The fronts will go way faster because we just have a center print, just a text survive. So I think we're gonna be good, and I'm really liking how this is coming out. How it looks on the other end. I don't have control over that now. Okay, first one down. Whew. Oh, all right. Might need a refill on the blue. Okay, all right, we really gotta get to it now. So I did just think about something that's gonna save me some time and kind of makes sense from the design concept. I have a front print, it's the text. I had originally planned on doing this on the front text, but if I just do a clean white discharge print, one, that's gonna save me some time, thank you, brother. And then two, sometimes I over design things, and I think that the focus of the piece, now we're left, brother. I think the focus of the piece should be this back. So just a nice little clean front print. I think it makes more sense. I got so sucked into the idea, felt like I really wanted to over incorporate it. Okay, we're cruising. I underestimated how long this was gonna take, but we're hanging in there, and I'm just gonna try. I'm getting a little bit better at each one here and figuring out the zones that I wanna hit. So I think honestly speeding up a little bit is gonna be kind of interesting too, because we're gonna get some funky ones. I don't want it to look sloppy, but we got to get it. Ooh, yeah. I'm liking how I don't have time to like wash my brush in between. And I'm liking how these are kind of, the green's kind of getting into the yellow, and I think it's just gonna be, if I can make the time, I'm gonna be so happy with this. So we just gotta keep that brush moving. Okay, another one down. Whew, this was super ambitious with 9 per. I really wanted to just do one, but Jamie told me it had to be like this. I'm not. I'm saying you listen to your wife. I mean, I won the competition with her design. What's gonna happen here? Okay, we're 100% switching the plan up a little bit and doing white chest print because we're gonna be racing to get there right now. But I have confidence. I got confidence in myself. Let's go, let's go, let's go! I am spazzing over here. Okay, where are we at? Where are we at? Yeah, okay. All right, first rotation, about to finish up. So this is my first rotation. So I have one more I'm about to finish my first rotation, and then I have one more rotation, and then we're gonna have to knock out these front prints with the quickness, but we can do that. I know we can get there. So 8 after this, it'll be my last 8 on here for the back. Then we'll switch gears to the front design. Like I said, originally I was gonna try and do this on the front, but why did I think that I would have time for that? Oh, bro, I just realized that was gonna be points off on this competition for me. I don't have time for cleanliness over here. I am covered in RIT dye, and I am letting her rip. Hey, don't hog my side. I actually need it now.
If you had no time restrictions, that section on top of that.
Like 20 minutes. So you got
20 minutes.
You're almost the
All right, we got it. Let's go, let's go. All right, so we'll set you. Come on. You're just gonna chill right here for now, little baby. All right, let's go. We can rip that. We can get that back design going so quick. But the front design. All right, that's it, baby. We just gotta finish this round. Got you, brother. Thank you. Hey, can you do me? Can I get somebody to stack my shirts on here for me and bring them back to me? Is that cheating?
No, I'm stacking over here.
Okay, perfect. Oh, yeah, those are looking good. Oh, these look nice. These look nice. Okay, that's giving me energy. I'm surviving. I'm surviving, bro. It's a vibe. Let's go. I just gotta beat the clock. Come on, baby. All right, remember the process. After this, it's 8 seconds. Let her rip. Let's get this. All right. Okay. Yo. Got to be prepared to pivot. Originally, when I thought I could do this with the spray bottles, it ain't no thing. It wasn't going to be an issue for me. But I'd rather have it look good than get it done. If I can have both, figuring it out how to go a little bit faster and understand what combinations are looking cool and what variations I'm liking, and being able to go in there and get that coverage a lot quicker than I was originally. It's just like anything. You get better as you go, you get faster as you go. I'm getting dialed here. 30 minutes. Officially. Okay, come on now. We're gonna have to really let it rip now. Oh my God, this is gonna be so down to the wire. I'm just looking to see where that yellow shirt is, because that's gonna indicate that I'm on the home stretch. If I can have 15 minutes for the front, I know I can get it. I could probably do it in 10. More yellow, more yellow. It's been a hell of a throwdown today. Everybody's getting tested. What am I missing on that one? Red. Come on now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, I'm just dreading Singer coming out here. I don't know what he's going to say. If he's going to say 20, 15. I don't even want to know, honestly. It's not going to do anything for me. It's going to make me spaz. Okay, I'm really close to the end here. Really close to the end here. Come on. I think I got 2 more. Oh, this is the last one. Let's go. Let's go. It's going to be full on Fast and Furious style once we knock this out. Oh, yeah. I feel like he would come out at 15 minutes, maybe even 20. If it's 15, I think I'm good. Woo! All right. Yeah. Let's go. 18 minutes. I said if I had 15 to do the fronts, no problem. Hey, Stang, can you do me a favor, bro? I'm about to put my last round through, and I'm letting Zach use the dryer for puff. So if you could just stack these, they're going to have to go through again for sure. Okay. This is the product of my labors. All right, coming out hot. Coming out hot. You're my guy. Let's go.
16 minutes.
Oh, it's perfect. I said if I have 15, I could get it. Okay. Yeah, right? Whew. Let's go. All right. We're doing one color white discharge. It's a clean little front center print. Okay. Don't need too much for this. I'm with it. I'm with it, baby. Yes, like it. Nice and clean, something simple. I like a little bit lower of a print, so that's what we're gonna go for. Okay, I don't see any pinholes, but we'll check the first one. They do, but it's nice because they're gonna get a chance to go through again. The backs will continue to cure as the fronts do. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna load these up so I can watch it while it prints. We're gonna hit auto. Switch it to number 5. Ooh, almost got myself on that one. Nice. Boom. Yes. So I think probably one final time it'll get the front and the back, so it'll be good. Go ahead and cap it off with one last manual print. Yeah, she needs some more DC charge. And time.
You done?
Yes, sir. Oh my gosh, that was a mad dash. Oh, yeah. So Zach's got the dryer running for puff right now. So I'm not getting my full discharge here, but we'll just send them through again, get the full discharge. I'm happy. I'm happy with it. I'll grab these, brother.
5 minutes.
5 minutes, 5 minutes, Dougie Fresh.
4 minutes.
Now get the front skis. Oh my God.